Okay, we're going on a quick test drive. I do have the vehicle in sport mode. The car sounds amazing, shifts nice and smooth. Steering wheel doesn't shake. This thing drives really, really nice. Okay, we're gonna do a visual condition report. Now we're looking for scuffs, scratches, chips, dings, any cosmetic imperfections that we can find. So starting with what's on this car, you do have PPF here on the doors all the way up front. Now that excludes this little wheel well trim piece and that lower rocker. But this entire door is wrapped in PPF, as well as the side mirrors, full front fender, full hood, full front bumper. And so it's there to protect that paint and keep it looking good. Here on this wheel, we do have some rash, and you're gonna have some little scuffs here and there. You can see some imperfections there. Now that can be repaired if you ever wanted it to be, so that wheel's not damaged for life. It can be fixed. You have a snag here in the film, it looks like. It's really hard to tell if there's any paint damage underneath. And it looks like right here, there's a little circle of film missing. Try to zoom in. And it looks like that paint might be good underneath. So if that was to be replaced, you shouldn't have any paint damage under there. Don't quote me on that, but we're looking close. And that paint looks good under there. Looking at the rest of the fender here, looks good. Nice and clean. That A-pillar looks awesome. Mirror looks good. Door looks good, and you also have film on the door cups. So there's that line. You can see the film here, and they also did the door cup. That door looks really good. I don't see any flaws that stand out. Now the rest of the car does not have any film on it. That door looks good. There are some imperfections in the paint here. See some little specks there. I see a couple tiny scuffs there. Here on this wheel, it does have curb rash almost all the way around. All right, looking at the front end, here on the edge, you do have some haziness on that film, and it looks like some flaws in it. It's hard to tell if there's any issues underneath the paint there. I think that's just in the film. And you're gonna have little dimples in the film every once in a while. Trying to scan this hood. I don't see any dents anywhere. So far it looks really good. That fog light looks nice. We do have a gash right there in the film. Trying to get up close. It's really hard to tell if there's any damage underneath. You have a little gash here and a couple tears on the film. Here on that lower section, you have some rock chips on the silver part. Couple scuffs in the film, a little snag there. Headlight looks good. Just a bunch of really subtle minor imperfections, and most of it's just in that film. Here in the engine bay, looking around here, it looks really clean. All the plastics have been protected. And then looking at the under hood liner, see a little rip right there. Other than that, it looks really good. All right, checking out the driver's side now. Couple little snags in the film. That looks good. Looking at this wheel, you do have some scratches right there, a couple flaws on the wheel itself. Looking at this side mirror, that looks good. Here on the A-pillar, I do see a really faint scuff right there. It has to be in the right lighting, so it's very minor. That door looks good. Here on the chrome trim, you do have some little scratches there. And then this door actually has PPF on it as well. The other door, the back right door, does not. So it may have been removed at some point in its life. So we do have a snag right there in the film. And then you can see a couple more little spots here kind of missing. Looks like they got peeled away. It's hard to tell, but it looks like the paint's good under there. So that door is fully protected as well. Looking at this quarter panel, I do see a little scratch there. It barely catches my nail, and that color hides it really well. I mean, there are some scuffs on this wheel, all very minor. All right, checking out the back side here. I don't see anything here on the upper section. You do have a scratch right there, and you have some scuffs and a couple chips in the paint on this backside edge. You can see some paint kind of rubbed through here, a couple scratches. Then looking around this corner, all of that looks good. See a gash right there. Got some chips here. And it looks like the clear coat is failing right in this section. So you can see it kind of peeling away around that exhaust tip. Then we have a gash right there. All right, checking in the cargo area. You can see this trim plate does have some scratches and dings. Same with this one. Got the all-weather mat. Got a little 12-volt port here. Everything else looks really nice. Of course, it is power. All right, checking out the interior. It is a non-smoker. This wood grain does have some chips in it. That lower section looks nice. You have a couple scuffs here. And then you can see some fingernail scratches right there. Got the memory seating. A few tiny scuffs on the kick plate and the trim. Otherwise, it looks nice. Little scuff there. Overall, that bolster's clean. These seats look really nice. We do have some wear right here on the edge. A couple minor scuffs. Those buttons look good. Here on the edge, you can see a couple scuffs in the leather. That screen looks nice, and the rest of this wood grain is perfect. I do see a couple scuffs on the edge here. Other than that, it looks really nice. Here on the back left door panel, that wood grain looks good. You can see an indentation, little scuff there. The rest of that looks nice. That seat back looks good. I don't see any flaws back here. This looks really, really nice. All right, looking at the front right door panel, that wood grain looks good. All of that's nice and clean. That lower panel looks good. All of that looks really nice. Here on the seat, tiny, tiny scuff right there. That bolster looks good. Honestly, the rest of the seat looks perfect. A couple tiny scuffs here, one on the top side, a few right there. Glove box looks good. That wood grain looks nice. This part looks nice. There are a couple wrinkles here on the black side. You can see that. Most of that middle looks good. Got the massive panoramic roof. This side looks really, really good. Here on the back right door panel, that wood grain looks nice. I see a factory defect in the leather. You can see that little dimple. Everything else looks good. A couple tiny scuffs on that trim. Seat back looks good. These seats are really, really clean. You can see right here on the edge, a chip in the leather. Besides that, everything else back here looks good.